Hey, friends,
and welcome to Fren Talk Podcast with your hosts, Cicely and
Shamika.
Two country girls from way down south, West Memphis, Arkansas to be exact, who happen to be friends and
911 dispatchers.
Since we all have the same basic needs and are all on similar journeys, sometimes it just helps to have a friend to talk to about the everyday issues that plague us all.
We're not therapists or self-help gurus, but we hope that by opening up real conversation, we can all find some common ground and a safe space to heal,
share, and build toward future greatness.
So come on.
Let's jump into today's topic.
Let's go.
We ready, honey?
Hey, friends.
And welcome to Fren Talk Podcast. What is this, episode 4?
It is 4.
Episode
Number
4
4.
with your hosts, Cicely and
Shamika.
Yeah, we are back. Thank y'all for joining us. So welcome back or welcome to Fren Talk. If this is your first time joining us, we are just two country girls from way down south.
Welcome.
Conversation, honey. So welcome. Thank y'all for joining us today. Got a little wine. I didn't even tell them about my wine last time. Y'all don't pay attention to that. So yeah, let me point this out real quick because do not come for me in these comments, okay? I got on the same shirt.
It's okay.
Because we filming on the same day, okay? And it's all good.
It's okay.
So don't judge me, judge your mother.
That's what professional people do.
So we professionals. But so the topic today
is...
This comes from one of our two of our
mutual friends. Males.
Yeah, guy friends.
They want to know, why do women withhold sex from men?
And then get mad if her man gets it elsewhere.
Yeah.
So when he said it to me, I called Mika. He was like, y'all need to do this on a podcast, man, because like we need to know like what's up with that. And for me, it's a layered question, because if a man is telling me that a woman is withholding sex from him, I'm a woman. So the first thing I think is,
what did you do?
What happened? Why is she withholding sex? Number one, like, what did you do? Or what is not being done to meet her emotional needs? Because women don't just start withholding sex. Not unless
what did you do or didn't do?
Or, yeah, what are you doing or what are you not doing to meet her emotional needs? Because it's not just as simple as a woman saying, I'm not having sex with somebody that I love.
It's got to be a reason. Majority of the time, it's a reason.
It's a reason.
It's a reason. But men withhold sex too.
They do.
But right now, we ain't talking about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we could talk about both because, hey, it's happening. And when we talking to y'all, we talking from a woman's perspective, but we do realize that there's a whole nother perspective that we don't have here. But we're just going to give you guys what our perspective. And we're not licensed therapists. We're not doctors. We are not self-help gurus. We just
Cicely and Shamika. Speaking from our personal experiences and what we think, our thoughts.
Yeah, so why do women withhold sex? We want y'all to drop some answers in the comments. Ladies, men want to know, why are women withholding sex from their men? And then if you are a withholder of the sex,
why are you doing it?
And are you going to be upset with him? Because we know that men are sexual creatures. I mean, women are too. But to a lesser degree, I feel like them. I think we're equally
We could be equally
beings.
With the cheating, and I'm not talking about nobody. Women just can do it better.
Oh, yeah, we can do it better.
Women just do it better.
But the fact of the matter is, it is happening. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. So we're going to explore a few different reasons why
they do.
It might be happening, because long term, it's not sustainable for a romantic relationship to last without intimacy.
Sex, right.
Because you start to feel that lack of safety. And for a woman, I need to first of all feel safe with you. If I don't feel safe, what am I doing here? You're supposed to be my protection.
That's me. I want to feel protected at all times.
But you start to feel a lack of safety. You start to feel a lack of love. You start to feel a lack of support, and connection, y'all. So
that's one of my big things.
Yeah, the connection
it ain't there
wavering.
like it used to be. It's a lot of times, like you said, it's a reason a woman is withholding it.
Yes, absolutely.
The feelings may have changed. Maybe somebody cheated.
Maybe financially she doesn't feel secure.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know,
some people like if the bills ain't paid,
yeah,
what we laying up for?
Listen, why are we in here fucking?
If the bills ain't paid.
If we broke.
Yeah, I'm not working. If she not working, that might make her feel away.
That sound bad.
And if you're not working.
That sounded bad how I said it.
No, it don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, because I want to be clear that we're not gold diggers.
We make our own money.
We make our own money.
Clearly.
If you have other things on your mind, and men too, it works that way for men too. Y'all, if a man is stressed out to the max, he not thinking about having sex with you, ma'am. You know, so what we really need to talk about is why she's withholding sex, because we looking at a symptom, but there's something else going on.
There's a reason.
There's a reason why this is going on.
It could be mental, anything. It ain't even got to be just because she don't want to have sex with you. She probably just don't want sex because something going on with her.
Yeah, it could be something emotionally she's dealing with. Maybe something's triggered from her past, you know.
Anything.
And some things people don't, you know, just outright reveal about themselves. So maybe you should just, first of all, not take it personal unless you know it's personal.
This goes back to what you said, though. Communication.
Communication, man.
Ask her about it. Ask her why she's not having sex with you. Ask her why she don't want to have sex with you. Is it something that you need to do or she need to do? Mentally stimulate her. Anything. You know?
Don't just think that sex is something that it's just gonna come easy all the time. Maybe you feel like because y'all have been in a long-term relationship and this is just what happens and we've been having sex for years and she should just drop it off because
that is not how it goes.
Or this is my girlfriend. Listen, you still have to date a woman. You still have to consider her. You still have to, when she's speaking to you, you still have to hear her. And a lot of times if a woman is not feeling heard, yeah, that ain't good for us sexually.
It's
I'm
not.
just be honest. If I'm talking to you and everything I'm saying is in one ear and out of the other, or I feel like I'm a bother instead of you actually being concerned about what concerns me, then I don't feel emotionally safe with you. And women have to feel emotionally safe in order to want to get them.
And I never like to feel like I'm bothering somebody.
Hell no.
That's what we're in a long-term relationship where we just started talking.
It's me and you, my friend.
If I feel like I'm bothering you, I'm not going to say shit else to you.
Yeah,
I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to feel like I'm bothering you. And if you make me feel that way,
yeah.
So,
but we know all the things that sex provide. One is intimacy. Two is closeness, pleasure. It strengthens bonds, you know. But one amazing thing that it does is it increases the love hormone, which is oxytocin. And there's some interesting things I found out about oxytocin, y'all, as far as it relates to men. But this is where I want to go with the conversation, because when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about meeting people on whatever level they are. And a lot of people haven't reached the level of emotional intelligence to be able to have a conversation. Sometimes he might tell you, I'm sick of you going to the damn church every Sunday. You don't spend no time at home. What he's really saying is, baby, I miss you.
he wants some time.
He wants some time with you.
Give him some time.
She's you always with your boys. You always running the street. This. You hear it as nagging, but she miss you.
Yeah.
You know, she just want
that time.
Yeah, she wants to feel like she matters to you. So if y'all are having the same arguments all the time, that could be one reason. If y'all having the same argument, that's a problem.
It is a problem.
Because why am I repeating? Because now I'm gonna feel like I'm nagging you because nothing is changing. You gonna feel like I'm nagging you because, damn, she always saying the same thing. But
once she stopped nagging,
if she stopped talking, now that's
she
the problem.
don't let no woman mentally move on, emotionally move on. Yeah. Then it's over for you. And that could be a reason that she's withholding sex, because she's mentally and emotionally attached to somebody else. So watch yourself.
Friend, damn, that's good.
You gotta watch yourself.
That's very true.
Yes.
If she is not having sex with, and that's why a lot of arguments start, because the reality is, this is what we know. If we're in relationship and things have been what they are for however many years or however many months, 24 months to however many years y'all been together, their relationship has at some point had consistent sex.
Yes.
If the sex is falling off, the first thing a woman is going to think is, where is he getting it from?
Because he ain't getting it from me.
Yeah. And I would imagine men feel the same way. If they have it because it's a sex and all of a sudden she's not wanting it, or she's always tired, or her head is always hurt, maybe she's checked out.
And maybe, your partner.
Yeah. And if she's a woman that enjoys sex and has a high libido, and now she's withholding, and y'all have been in a bad space for a while, maybe it is somebody else involved. But that's a conversation. Everything. That's why Fren Talk Podcast exists in the first place, because I just feel like everything should be a conversation. We should talk about all of this stuff. And so when he brought it to me, I almost called his name. I don't want to put nobody out there. But when he brought it to me, I was like, that's dope, because it's happening. It's happening all the time. I'm not it's dope that it's happening.
She's talking about how he brought it to you.
So, yeah, I was like, you know what? Because a lot of people.
It's a lot of stuff that we can't even touch on everything because it's so much.
We will eventually.
Yeah, because like sometimes a man don't make you feel wanted, don't make you feel and it can happen with women too. Women, same thing. I'm going vice versa. But if I'm with you and you're not making me feel like I'm attractive to you, you want me, I'm not gonna have sex with you. I'm thinking, well, damn, he don't want me no way. So, why have sex with me? It ain't such as withholding it. I just don't want to do it because I feel like you don't want to do it.
Yeah, or I'm tired of talking about the same other things, and now, y'all, men, please understand this. It's hard for your vagina to get wet when you angry. So for y'all, it's easier because it's just a matter of I see it, I want it. True. Penis erect. With a woman, it's more emotional. And see, we get a bad rap for being emotional creatures, but y'all, that's how God made us. We cannot.
I know we can do about that.
We cannot keep apologizing for that, and we should not have to apologize for that. But here's where we fall short as people. Men start pitting men against women, and women start pitting other women against men, when in reality, y'all, we got to learn how to communicate, because we all have different wants and needs at different times, and nobody can read your mind. And at the same time, you losing ground with the person that you love when you're not communicating, because you wondering, it's in your mind, like, why is she not having sex with me? Why is it changing? Talk to them, don't talk to them. Don't go to them like, what the fuck going on?
Don't talk at them.
Don't talk at them. Go to them.
Talk to them.
To really try to understand why are we here? Yeah. What's going on, and how can we get back on track? Because that's what the conversation
communication. Because if you just let it go, it's gonna mess up y'all relationship. If you don't say nothing, she don't say nothing, it's gonna mess y'all up. So somebody need to speak up. One of y'all got to say something.
And I'm gonna say this. All right, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but a lot of men are dating emotionally unintelligent women, and a lot of women are doing the same thing. And so you're with people that don't even know how. Number one, a lot of them don't even know what they want for themselves, in and of themselves. Without involving anybody else. What do you want? True. What do you want out of life? What's your goals? What's your, where you headed? Where you see yourself? And you don't have to have a time frame. I hate when people say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But where do you see yourself in the future? Where are you headed? What are you doing to plan to get there? What strides are you making?
What you want the end goal to be?
Yeah. What's the end goal? But emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, the ability to communicate, the ability to manage your own emotions in a positive way. That's major. When you're talking about being in a relationship with somebody, it's too many people that take for granted just having somebody sleep in the bed with me. Listen, I would stay single for the rest of my life if you are attractive as hell and emotionally unavailable to me.
You unavailable, period.
I don't need anything from you when you like
just have somebody at night to sleep with you.
Yeah, no thank you.
I got my clothes for that. They're on the side of the bed. I'm on the other side of the bed.
But I sleep comfortable in that king size. With or without.
Every night.
But we have to start taking responsibility for the choices that we're making in selecting partners as well. Because a lot of y'all are with women that don't know how to do nothing but argue. But you're with
My cousin said this. A lot of people are letting people choose them instead of you choosing your partner. You're letting that person choose you. You can't do that all the time. You know, you got to choose who you want, how you want it to be, whatever. You just let people choose you and you go on there. And y'all ain't got nothing in common. They ain't got a lick of sense. They ain't, like she said, y'all so emotionally different and mentally different. You know, you up here, they down here. You know, not talking about nobody because everybody got they somebody. But
not to say they're
you just can't
you.
let people pick you and that's it. You got to go into that. You got to just, you know, pick what you want. We got to be on one accord.
I always say it like this. You get to curate your own space everywhere you go. So if it's my home, it looks like what I want it to look like.
Right.
In my relationships, you build better bonds by communicating. So if there is something that's off, don't act like it didn't happen. Don't address it. Like, don't be ugly or, you know, don't be rude. Always be kind. I feel like when you lead with love, you'll get further.
Yeah.
But when you're going to her, make her feel like it's more than just about the sex. It's not just about the sex. I miss you. Because sometimes we start to feel like sperm receptacles. You know, we just had our last episode was about sex, so we've been talking all raunchy, and now we feel like sperm receptacles.
She feel like Miss Seeley. He just climbing on top of her.
We were just talking about getting facials and shit. But for real, a woman has to, because there's a time and a place for all of that in a relationship.
It is.
But if you want to come home and you know you left here at 5:00 this morning, and we were having there was tension there before you left, and then you want to come home and bend me over, but we have not addressed the reason why you left here mad in the first place. We got to handle that before my drawers can drop.
Don't push me over.
Please.
Not if we been into it like that. No.
Yeah. No, we need to sit down. And then you gonna get everything you want. Because I need to feel secure. I need to feel like you hear me. I need to feel like I matter.
Security is the biggest thing for me.
Yes, men, y'all.
Security is a really big thing for me. If I'm not secure with you, the whole thing, it ain't gonna work for me, period. I can't get into it. I can't get into you. I can't do none of it because if you don't make me feel secure, then the whole thing is a no-go for me.
It's a no-go.
It's a no-go.
But then, you know, some guys pick horrible women time and time again, and women do the same thing with men, just pick over and over and over again. I always get the same type of man. Well, have you matured
your
to
picker
know what
is
you
off.
really know what you really your picker is off.
Picker is off.
And in the way of being emotionally intelligent, you have to understand that sometimes it's okay for you to pull back and just take time to, you know, regroup yourself, you know, without a mate. But we're talking about relationships. So what do emotionally intelligent people look like? You know, for me, they know how to manage their emotions. Seriously, in positive ways. So if we are having issues, I don't like arguing. I like to talk. But I have met emotionally unavailable men who think that because you're coming to them to have a conversation,
it's an argument.
That it's an argument. Sweetheart.
Everything's not an argument.
Love. We are grown. If we can have sex, if we can get bucket naked and talk and do everything under the sun to each other's body, we are going to have to be able to
Some people
converse.
Are just that, though, are just sex.
They are.
They don't know how to do anything emotionally, mentally. They know how to fuck.
Yes.
But
and
that's
a lot
it.
of men have pickers that are off. So
Shoot,
they pick these women and then they complain that women are ungrateful or women are, and then you generalize all women to be like the women you keep picking.
They pick the wrong women, then bash other women because you picked the wrong woman.
Yes.
Now all of us in your head are like the women that you pick. No, sir.
And then I get it a lot. Well, you're an anomaly. Do you know how many good women I know for real?
Yeah, that are emotionally
intact, that have healed themselves or sought healing from professionals, or, you know, really done the work to be better than they were previously. And we are not giving ourselves to just anybody. Not those of us who have worked hard. You're not picking us.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're not being picked.
I ain't gonna say that. I take myself off the shelf because
a long time ago, but
I ain't gonna say that. I date when I want to. and who I want to. But you have to be emotionally available. I'm not dating anybody that, you know, it can't be a constant toxicity.
And
or,
you be
know,
thinking
stuff like
that it's you, but like I tell people, I said, maybe it's me. Like when I try to date, and so it ain't me. Sometimes a little bit could be you, but a lot of times these men are emotionally ready to date. And when you talk to them, some of them sound real stupid. When you talk about dating or relationships, when you talk to them, you be like, who have you been dating in the past? Or who have you been talking to in the past to make you talk to me? Like this how you talk about relationships and dating. It just don't sit right.
Yeah. And a lot of people aren't self-aware. Like they haven't been, even when you're in a relationship, y'all, you're still an individual. So you still have to take time to know you, and trying to give everything to a person that you care about in a romantic relationship. You can't do that if you're not taking care of you. You cannot take care of anybody else. I'm talking about your kids and nobody.
If you're not good.
If you're not taking care of you. So you have to be self-aware enough to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Yeah. You got to be self-aware enough to self-correct when you're making mistakes. And a lot of women, and I'm going to say this because I'm a woman, a lot of women don't like accountability. A lot of women don't like accountability. And so they're never going to see the wrong in what they're doing.
That's true.
They're not going to see the wrong. So when you point it out to them, they are already offended. That's not emotionally
So that's already they on the defense
woman.
Right then.
And a lot of y'all still wifing these kind of women. And then you blame her for being her, but you picked her.
And accepted it.
You accepted it.
And all of that.
Yeah.
And now you blame all the other women for your woman. Mm-hmm. And that's not how it go.
Because you can only meet people as far as they have met themselves. I just feel that so strongly. A lot of y'all are in relationships of every kind, and you are unequally yoked with your friends. You don't know how to pick people who support you, who bring out the best in you, who are genuinely happy to see you happy. You know, and then y'all are mad at, you know, other people because of the choices that you keep making, but you're not self-aware enough to see that it's you that keep making the choice that gets you in these situations.
Again, accountability.
Accountability.
Not holding yourself accountable for the choices that you make.
Black people don't be liking the word accountability for real. I have talked to people and they get pissed off when you start talking about holding people accountable. No, we're not passing the buck around here. If it's yours, I'm going to give it to you. The buck stops here. It stops here.
Yeah.
With me, it does.
Check yourself.
Check. Self-correct. I love to see it in people. I know when a person has grown or has matured or is at a level of maturity by how self-aware you are. Because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. I don't even think perfect is real.
It's not.
You know, except for Jesus the Christ, you know.
The Christ?
Jesus the Christ of Nazareth. Latter-day Saints.
Amen.
But, and I believe in God. So I always say that. And if you don't, I do respect your beliefs. Believe whatever makes you a better person.
Right.
But it sounds cliche to say that women are emotional beings, but it's true. And men, y'all have to take into account that when those emotional needs go unmet, juice box don't get wet. And that's a bar.
I was going to say, regardless of what Young Jock said.
Regardless,
juice box ain't getting wet.
Not when there's other issues. So you have to table those issues for a woman, or at least let her know that, baby, I hear you. I heard you when you said that.
It's so
you
much.
Won't be surprised how much that little statement right there would change the way she responds to you when she feels like she is being heard. Seriously, not just I'm gonna listen to you now for 5 minutes because I'm trying to get in them draws. But no, you seriously care about what she's talking about, not just you trying to get in the draws.
Right.
But men are logical thinkers. Y'all see problem, solution. Women are emotional, and we wanna go around this issue and say, you know, why are women withholding sex? We have to start understanding each other. We have to communicate to understand each other. Men are going to make decisions that use sound judgment. So when you say, babe, the bill needs to get paid, he ain't thinking about, oh, Lord, how many? He's just saying, okay, I got to do X, Y, Z, boom. And a woman is thinking with every emotion she has, most of them, you know, most women are emotional. And it depends on the time of the month. You might catch me being highly emotional.
I try not to be, but sometimes you can't help it.
You can't help. It's how we're wired. So some days I have called Mika crying and be like, friend, I don't know what's wrong. Oh my God, I've just been crying all day. And then the next day I'll be like, friend, I started my period. That's all it was.
And me, on the other hand, I don't like to show emotion.
Yeah.
So I don't like for people to see me cry. I don't like to show emotion because for me.
Why is that, friend? Can we unpack that for just a second? Can we just pause right here? Why don't you like to show emotion?
I don't want to be seen as weak.
What's weak about emotion when God made us with emotion?
It's just how I am. I don't like people to see me cry. I don't like people to see me get emotion. That's upset or whatever, because to me it's a weakness, and I don't want you to see or feel that I'm weak.
So if they see you as weak, what do you think that?
You can try me.
So you don't want to be. So have you been? Okay. So look, we about to have a therapy session. I really want to know.
You know, I just cry. You know, I don't cry in front of people. That's not something that I do.
You don't.
I don't like to be seen. It just, you know, and I know everybody needs to cry. I cry all the time.
Yeah.
But I cry by myself.
Oh,
you wouldn't know that I cry.
A lot of strong people do that, and we deviating a little bit, but I want to say this right here. Strong people, I've heard a lot of people say, check on your strong friends. I've said it before, but I'm a strong friend. And sometimes everybody's living their own lives, doing their own things. Sometimes tell people when you're not okay, because hell, I might care, but I just don't have time right now. Because me and Mika are both workers. We work our asses off. We're always at work. We're always moving and grooving. And so sometimes I haven't had a moment to stop and think about what I need. So it's not necessarily that people don't care, but tell people when you
they don't
need
think
something.
About it.
Yeah, when I'm in an emotional way, a lot of times I do seclude myself because I don't want to give off that negative. I'm very cautious about the energy that I bring to people. So I don't want to come off the wrong way, or I might, you know.
And I be saying, I don't know what they got going on in their life. They don't need me to dump this on them along with what they got going on. So I be in their room. You baby, have a whole session. You hear me?
I feel you, friend.
I have a session.
Done that.
Yeah.
I've been there, done
but
that.
Then I feel better. And I get to move on, and I don't let people make me. For the most part, I don't let people make me mad, or I don't let them see me mad at them.
Right.
I could be hot as fish grease. You know me.
Yes.
I could be hot as fish grease. With the person I'm pissed off at, most of the time I won't even let them know that I'm pissed off. You'll know when I don't talk to you, but I don't give you that emotion.
Friend, so you be stonewalling people?
That's like not talking to you?
Yeah. What we just tell our friends? Communicate.
If you make me really, really mad.
Yeah, it depends on what you do now. I would just be through fucking with you.
Fuck communication. I gotta quit fucking with you.
Yeah. But if it's somebody that I care about, before I stonewall you, I'm gonna at least reach out and try to have a conversation. And if you don't wanna, reach back, then I just leave you where you at. It don't even know hard feelings. I'm just,
And me, on the other hand, I don't even reach out. Family and all. I cuss you off.
I'm going to tell you, this is how I live my life. I live my life thinking about the day that I'm going to die. And that's not, I don't mean to sound morbid,
I know exactly what you mean.
But I don't ever want things to go unsaid that I need to say. I don't ever want things to go undone that I need to do. I don't never want people to not feel loved. I don't ever want, people that I love to not know that. So I really try to show it.
The last person I cut off, I said I love you before I blocked them.
I'm proud of you, friend.
I love you. I said I still love you, but I can't fuck with you. Right. I said I still love you, but I can't fuck with you. And I blocked them. And
I understand because I've been there and I've done that as well.
Yeah. So
I don't. And a lot of times, friend, you know how I am with words. So a lot of times when I am upset and I have a conversation with you, and we have a conversation, and I tell you exactly how I feel, because I will tell you exactly how I feel. When I'm done, you might feel away, but I'm really done. Like, we could go have dinner after this.
It's over.
It's over for me.
It's over.
But you're going to harbor some shit because you're going to go home and think about some shit you should have said to me. Mm-hmm. But I don't mean it in a bad way. I just feel like if we're not talking about it, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. And if we can't talk about it, then we know it's over.
Right. So that's me. I used to let stuff anger me a lot, but I don't do that no more because you can kill yourself. Mm-hmm. So I cut you off. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you got kids. Fuck you and the kids.
The kids, Fren.
But I love.
But when a partner, man or woman, needs go unmet, the resent creeps in.
That's big.
You start to withdraw if you're a woman. Men too. Mm-hmm. It's happening every day. Women wonder why he ain't coming home. He started coming home later and later. He started talking about he going over his mama's house. I know he ain't over his mama's house. You know, they start to withdraw. One or more parties might start to pick fights because, see, one of them gonna be fighting because they trying to leave the house. The
Get
other
out
one
of there.
gonna be trying to fight because I'm sick of you trying to play me.
Yeah.
Either way, there's a conversation.
Starting that fight so you can leave.
Mm-hmm. And the worst part to me is when you try to minimize your own needs. Like, am I crazy for needing conversation? Am I crazy for feeling like I need to be held? You know,
don't put you on the back burner.
Do not ever do that because the answer is you are always worthy of love. You might just be in the wrong hands.
Yeah, don't downplay yourself.
Don't minimize your needs.
No.
Because your needs are valid to you.
But people do that.
They do it all the time. And at one point in my life, I might have done it when I was much younger. You know, I'm like, am I crazy?
I haven't done it in a relationship, but I've done it in family relationships.
Manipulative people and narcissistic people and gaslighting people will make you feel like you crazy for needing the things that you need. You're crazy. I'm not. Nothing's wrong with me. You the problem. Why are you talking about it and hug you? That's something so stupid. That's trivial. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be talking about that. No, if that's a need for me, it's
trying
okay.
to make you feel this big. Yeah. They want to be the victim.
They always gonna be the victim.
They want to be the victim, so they try to, like you say, gaslight you and everything else to make it all go back to you, and they take all the fault and blame away from them.
Yes, no accountability.
Right,
those type of people have zero accountability.
Never will.
But they gonna hold your ass accountable to the letter.
Yep.
To the letter.
Yeah.
So what you're dealing with overall is a logical mind and an emotional heart. Oh. So if logic is the brain, then the emotion is the heart.
It's the heart.
And you know why emotion will always win over logic? And it's not necessarily right or wrong that it does. But you know why? It's like a kid who is deathly afraid of water and you trying to throw him in. Logically, you're thinking, well, he's got on a life preserver thingy, and you know he's gonna be buoyant. He gonna float back up to the top, and he is seeing death
emotionally.
Yeah, my mama is deathly afraid of worms, snakes, and anything that crawl. If she see it on the TV, she's so afraid that she will get up and run. She will start stripping out her clothes. Don't let no insects and maggots is like really big, but she will, when she watched this, she gonna flinch that I even said these things. But when somebody has a fear, because fear is an emotion, when somebody has an emotion that's strong enough, emotion causes you to do a lot of things.
It does.
If you act in emotion, a lot of women act in emotion, and that's why people think we're all emotional, because a lot of women act on their emotion. I can be angry and I say a damn thing.
Yeah, you can't always act on your emotions.
Yeah, I'm not an emotion actor outer, and so that's why a lot of my male friends, you call that in it. You call it an emotional actor outer. It's a thing, friend. It's a thing, but because I don't act out of emotion, a lot of people look at me and think I act like a guy. No, I just manage my emotions because I am self-aware. She knows how to act off of
logic instead of emotion. And you have to, because if you act off emotion, it can fuck you up.
Oh, it's going to. It's going to every time.
Those emotions will mess you up. Mm-hmm. So try to put them 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At least.
But that fear that a person might feel, just say if you present my mama with a worm or a snake, that fear is so overpowering that ain't no logic that you can say to my mama to make her understand this is not gonna kill you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that the truth of it and the logic of it doesn't matter to somebody who is feeling an overwhelming feeling. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all are logical. We are emotional. try to understand, women try to understand that he might not be dismissive of you, but his communication skills might not just be up to par. So instead of feeling like, you know, he out here doing XYZ, go to him and talk to him before you start accusing him. Where the heck he was at last night? Well, give him a chance, you know, to hold himself accountable. Let him first see if he's going to tell you. You know, well, first of all, you should have had your ass home last night.
That's why I'm looking at you. I'm like,
that's maybe not a great analogy.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, have the conversation, because women, being emotional creatures, your logic doesn't matter if she's emotional. Yeah, now, I'm not talking about me, because I don't operate in emotion. I have them, and I acknowledge my feelings. And when I'm angry, I say I'm angry. When I'm sad, I say I'm sad. When I'm hurt, I say I'm hurt. But I don't act out in those emotions.
You got to think logically.
Yeah, you have to. But a lot of women are not ever seriously gonna think logically. A lot of us have mastered it, but there's a lot of women who are so emotional, and they've gotten so much attention from being emotional or acting out of those emotions.
Well, they'll take that negative attention.
As
long as you give them any kind of attention, they're going to take it, whether it's negative or positive. They just want the attention. Mm-hmm. That's all they would just want, the attention. Oh, I got his attention. Busting his windows, they got his attention. Yeah. Bleaching his clothes, they got his attention. You know what I'm saying?
So
I don't do none of that.
Yeah, no, hell no. I'm not destroying anybody's property. Because if you destroy mine, you going to jail. You going to jail.
Going to jail today, boy.
I'm calling people on you. So just say you're deathly afraid of insects, and I present you with one. And I know you're afraid, and I'm telling you, man, Mika, this ain't gonna hurt you, because I know it's not. But your fear is so overpowering that you been to knock the shit out of me. Now, am I wrong or you wrong?
You. Like, I'm afraid of heights.
Because you need to respect a person's feelings. So even though you are not an emotional being, men and women, even though you not always thinking logically, y'all have to respect each other's differences. That's all I'm saying, is that, you know, you got a logical mind and an emotional heart, and that's okay. Stop telling women you always crying like a baby, and then when she's acting as a leader or an alpha female, you too masculine. Well, hell, we can't win.
Can't get right. Yeah. We can't get right.
So what you have to do is, this is like me and my friend. I say this all the time. We are so alike and so very different.
At the same time.
I respect what's different about her. I don't try to change Mika. Mika is Mika. And Mika don't try to change me because she know I'm me. And those are the best kinds of relationships. My mama, anybody that love you unconditionally, those people don't care about changing you. They love you just like you are. I need you to love me like that. Don't try to change me. Try to understand me and help me to try to understand you. And that's the way it's going to work. And so a lot of times we skip over the basics. The very basics of any relationship is that we're different. And that's okay. Being different is okay. Her being emotional is okay. If she ain't crazy with it, you know, she not breaking windows at your car and, you know, slicing tires. Her being emotional is how God made her. Y'all asking us to apologize for being emotional. Like some people ask us to apologize for wearing natural hair. We can't do that. We can't always do that. We can control how we operate in those emotions. And I think more women need to focus on that. Women need to take accountability and say, hey, we need to do better here. Because there's a lot of women that be like, I'm a woman, happy wife, happy life. And
I don't totally agree with that. I don't even like the saying, but you know.
Because I believe in reciprocity.
Yeah, I don't really care for that saying.
Here,
right.
Sweetie.
So forget him.
Yeah.
And let's just focus on you is what you're saying. And that's not true, you know.
And it's not fair.
It's not fair.
So, friend, I checked out this article online. Researchers did a study, because I told y'all about oxytocin earlier. So this was posted in an issue of the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, where they took a group of like 20 men who were all in committed relationships for at least 28 months, but some of them a lot longer, but the average was 28 months. So they did various studies, but where they use oxytocin nasal spray. So we got to think chemically too, because not all of this, when we're talking about emotion and stuff, we're talking about hormonal things, and we talking about all levels of, we're not just talking about getting in bed with a person. You have to understand people anatomically sometimes to understand how we move and how we operate. But a lot of those men that they gave the oxytocin nasal spray to, which they had that, and they had like a little placebo spray, they the most fascinating for the researchers was what happened inside men's brains after ingesting this oxytocin. Under the influence of it, 2 areas of the brain responsible for feelings of reward and pleasure lit up. And when men that were under the influence of the oxytocin saw pictures of their partner's faces, they were lit up with pleasure. And then when they saw, or it had the opposite effect when they saw other women's faces. They would show them, pictures of other women's faces. But the sight of other women had the opposite effect. So suppressing the feelings of pleasure. So the love hormone triggers the reward system in men to activate on their partner's presence. And so I think a lot of times women take for granted that, men out here, and it is, y'all, it's a lot of them. I don't like to use generalizations talking about any group of people. It's a lot of men that are dogs, but it's a lot of men that are just generally good guys.
It's dogs everywhere. Women dogs, men dogs, Lord. Everybody dogs.
You could say that again.
Yeah, everybody, you can't blame that just on all of them dogs, women and men. So
yeah, but I think at the core of who a man is, when he has chosen you, he loves you. And he wants to make you happy. And a lot of times he just don't know how. And that's why we have to become better communicators. We have to take it serious and be intentional about what we say and who we say it to and how we say it to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But how do you need to move, like, if your partner is not meeting your needs?
You got to communicate with them. Now, if I tell you what's not being met and you still ain't meeting them, then we're going to have to come to some common ground, or we have to go apart.
Period. And I think
either we're going to do it or we ain't going to do it.
Mm-hmm, too many times I think people are trying to stay together when they maybe need to be apart.
Some people be together for convenience.
And a lot of people are saying they're together. And a lot of people, I feel like this, and this is just my own personal opinion, okay? A lot of people have settled. And you're not even in a relationship with the person you should be in a relationship with. But
settling is a big thing.
A lot of guys say, man, she held me down, I was out here doing my thing. And okay, so.
To me, that's loyal to a fault. And I don't like when people do that, men or women.
Yes.
You only with them because, maybe when I was locked up, they did this. Or when I ain't have nothing, they did this. If you don't like somebody and you don't love somebody, you don't like them and you don't love them. I don't give a damn what they did while you was down and out, locked up, or you ain't have nothing. I don't give a damn what they did. You could be loyal to a fault. And I'm not going to sit here and stay with nobody just because what you did for me. I ain't doing it.
I'm not.
You can get mad at me, but you can go to hell because I ain't doing it. I'm just saying. But they do that. You just with somebody, like you said, oh, she held me down while I was locked up, or when I ain't had no job, I didn't have this, and then she let me use her car. Or women do the same thing.
Yeah.
If I don't want you, I don't want
me
you.
And all my kids will see eventually the same, reason why you think you love them will
be the reason you're going to have them in the end.
Yeah.
Let it go.
That's all you doing?
Let it go.
What do we have in common? Where is the meeting of the minds? What are we pursuing together? What are we growing together? What are we about together?
All he do is take care of you and your kids. He don't give you no love. He don't give you no romanticism.
He's not
affectionate. He don't give you nothing. Just take care of you and the kids. I don't want that.
I'm going to say this. Excuse me while I dab my nose. But I hate to hear a man say to a woman, man up. You need to man up. You cry too much. You need to man up. You always want. Listen, y'all. She's not a man. She's not a man. And women,
she can woman up.
She can woman up for sure. Because I've had to do it all my life. I
had to fight. I knew you was going to go there.
But what I'm saying is, let's respect the differences that we have instead of making them issues, because we do make them issues. One, by withholding sex. And some people do it out of spite.
They do.
Some people do it out of spite.
But you're just going to look stupid in the end if you go sleep with somebody else, or if she go sleep with somebody else because you were holding it. Y'all know it's plenty of ass out here to get.
It's out here
So you
now.
keeping yours don't mean no difference. It ain't going to stop nobody else from getting on. Because the same way you got with that person, you wanted them, somebody else wanted them. So if you holding yours, they can go get that.
And can. Because they giving the thing away out here now. And they are.
They giving it away.
But like you said, friend, communication, that rules the nation. That's what you say when we was growing up, but it's true. But if you identify a problem, you also need to introduce solutions to your partner. So because a lot of times you got to spill it out for men. No offense, Cash. But you got to spill it out sometimes. You just got to tell them, babe, you gone all the time. I feel alone. I'm going to tell you something. I tell my friend this all the time, and I've always said this. The worst kind of lonely, because people see single people and think, oh, they must feel so lonely. The worst kind of lonely I've ever experienced was in a relationship. That's the worst.
I've heard that before.
It's the worst, bro, because look, why are you here? If we ain't even loving on each other or trying to relate to, we in a relationship,
Convenience.
but we not relating. Yeah. And some people just get used to the idea of being married or being in a relationship. And it's a lot of women. I'm talking about, they get on Facebook every day, single shaming and married shaming. Look, just because you married don't make you happy, love.
And you on here bragging about your husband, but he just tried to come talk to me.
In my inbox. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Let's not do it now.
And a lot of single people staying single because of stuff like that.
Because we get married, my husband gonna be in their inbox like your husband and mine.
I ain't gonna stay single because of that, because my husband gonna be right, honey. He ain't gonna be doing that.
I'm just saying. You just gotta, I hate when people brag about their relationships on Facebook and everywhere, anywhere, to people, anything. Because a lot of times, to me, when you do a whole lot of bragging, and a whole lot of talking about your partner, somebody right at home. And you trying to prove to the world that your partner is a good partner.
Social media, friend. You see how they go in? Like, the love of my life.
My man. And your man trying to talk to me.
Come on. And you think because he own a business or he all sweetheart. Yeah.
Who gonna tell her?
Who gonna tell her? Because all that public, who you trying to convince? Yourself?
Yeah, because you ain't convincing me.
Because, we're not convinced, because a lot of us know you in real life.
We know you.
We know you.
In reality.
Yeah. And there may have been a time in my life when I once would have entertained some stuff like that. Nobody wants you, sir. Get your ass on.
Yeah, it's like, it's...
Yeah, if you got a woman, go on. If you got a girlfriend, get out of my face.
I checked dude the other day. I said, we talked about him the other week. I said...
You see me searching your eyes for the answer.
I said, he was like, hey, beautiful. So I said, listen, you got a woman.
Stop. Yeah.
And I know you got a woman. So I'm pretty sure she don't want you in here telling me how pretty I am every day and telling me good morning. I said, but
go tell her.
Good evening.
Bye.
Get on.
Chunk them. But fellas, affectionate gestures go a long way.
They do.
Because it releases that oxytocin chemical when you hold her hand or you rub her on the booty or,
grab me from behind.
Rub, or she cooking dinner and you just go in there and help her. Those kind of things go a long way.
We wash dishes together.
Yeah, sometimes we know y'all love us, but we need you to show it. Yeah, we need you to show it.
I'm with you on the showing.
Do something special for her without it being a special occasion. Girls like nice things, y'all. A lot of us, and it ain't even about the price tag on the things. I'm not saying go buy a Gucci bag or, go spend $500.
But if you heard me mention something, maybe just go get it. Surprise me with it. It ain't got to be expensive.
You know what that does? It lets me know that you heard me.
Right. I want to be heard.
I want you to pay attention long enough, because I'm always paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm always picking up on cues. I'm never not hearing.
Right.
So I need to know that you in it just as much as I am.
If not,
also be proactive about instead of reactive. Be proactive. Be intentional about being proactive. Check in with your partner regularly. To me, I feel like complacency gets the best of a lot of relationships because you just take for granted that you have this person. You know, that don't necessarily mean it's for life. If you ain't putting no work in, it's just like a house. If you don't live in it, it's gonna run down. If you don't put work into something, it's just gonna deteriorate. So why would you leave your relationship to chance when you could be intentional about everything?
Yeah.
But especially your woman, because especially if she sees that you're a go-getter.
That's a turn on in itself.
Yeah, we appreciate that about a man. But when you're just as much of a go-getter about your family, about your wife, about your girl, that's a major key, guys. And stop depending on your partner. That's one thing that I really wanted to speak on. Me and one of my guy friends had this conversation one day. And he was saying how, you know, a lot of men don't feel appreciated, and a lot of men go, and I get it, you know what I mean? And I heard him, and I agreed with a lot of what he said. And in some instances, because one of my questions to him was, outside of your relationship, do you seek any of these things elsewhere? Because I'm thinking about me personally. I'm always thinking about me when I'm talking to other people. So a lot of the times, because I've been single longer than I was ever married.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, I need several things to fulfill me. It's not just one person. And I think we give too much credit to a singular person for trying to be everything. Listen to me. I am so many things for so many people that I can't be everything for any one person. I can try, you know, and we do put up a valiant effort. However, go holler at your boys for some good advice sometime, because I might not have it today.
You can't always depend on your partner.
You can't always depend on your partner. Have you a good friend, you know, same sex, please. But have you somebody else to depend on, your pastor, your therapist. You know, maybe you need to go to the gun range. Maybe you need to go and
find you something.
Find you.
It can't
also
be
have to
me.
stay individual inside your relationship. Like, don't hoard each other's time, and don't think that your partner has to have all of the answers to, you know, your questions, or has to be the remedy. Because if you're looking for me to be the cure for everything, you're going to fuck around and get sick.
That's true.
Because I don't have all the answers. And as much as I might love you or try, I'm going to fall short sometimes.
Yeah, we all fall short, though.
Fall short.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But we need to throw out the socials out there, because we haven't done that this episode, I don't think. Follow us
Snapchat at Fren Talk, TikTok at Fren Talk Podcast.
IG is Fren_Talk_podcast. And it's Fren, like we say, Fren. Fren Talk. Help us grow our channel. Help us grow our community.
So subscribe, share, comment, like.
All that.
Show your mama, show your daddy.
Yeah. We'll post new episodes of Fren Talk podcast every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So please be on the lookout. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're searching for Fren Talk on YouTube right now, because there's not a whole lot of content, search Fren Talk Channels, and that's Fren Talk Channels,
and it'll pop right
up, and you hit that subscribe and turn on your notifications, because that'll let you know when we post something new. But yeah, we love the feedback from you guys. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support y'all have already shown, and that you continue to show. Please go over and check us out on anywhere you stream podcasts.
We're there.
Apple, Spotify. Yeah, we all over the place, man. Support. If y'all have any more topics for future shows that y'all might want us to cover,
let us know.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to let us know. We love hearing from you guys. We are so open.
And we'll talk about anything.
We will talk about anything. Y'all heard how Mika be talking in here.
Yeah, we'll talk about majority of anything.
Yeah, we will though. We'll cover it, especially if it's something. I'm gonna say this: I don't like to talk about things that I don't know about. So a lot of the times when I speak, I want to speak from actual factuals and experience. So I You know, I couldn't tell you how to birth a koala bear or something like that. But anything that y'all feel like is related to life.
But if I read up on how to birth a koala bear, I could probably tell you.
I could do it. I could watch a YouTube video, friend. I watch YouTube for everything, honey. But yeah, follow us over there on YouTube.
On all of that.
All of the socials.
Type it
y'all.
in. And look it up.
Yes. Anything else you want to add before we
communicate?
Yeah, that's so huge. I think on every podcast episode we ever will air today and forevermore, we're going to tell y'all.
Communication is the biggest key.
Yeah. We both work in a communications bureau, separate agencies, but we've done that for several years now. And, you know, like Migo said, don't nothing get straightened, but straighten, man. They're going to have to pay me if I say that one more time. I might have to
pay them.
Let me be quiet because I'm so using these. But I love this song. But I just believe communication is the only way we're going to thrive as a people. It's the only way we're going to thrive in relationships, especially in relationships of any kind, platonic, romantic, what have you. It's about trying to learn each other and trying to grow and trying to build toward future greatness.
It is. And
but yeah. So we're going to wrap up this podcast episode, but thank y'all again. Thank y'all so much
listening.
For joining. Yes, absolutely.
Giving us your time.
Yes.
You know, looking at us. All that good stuff. The wink and the gun. You know.
Yeah, but we appreciate you guys so much. And we're going to let y'all go. But join us next time over here on Fren Talk Podcast with your hosts, Cicely and Shamika. And bye, friends.
That smile was real cute.
Friends, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out to spend with us because we know y'all could have been anywhere else.
Help us grow our community and expand our reach. So if you're not already, please like, follow, and subscribe to keep up with us on YouTube, Facebook, and Snapchat at Fren Talk. That's FREN Talk.
Also, keep up with us on IG at Fren_Talk_podcast. That way, you'll be notified when we upload our weekly videos and to stay abreast of what we got going on. Of course, you can stream the podcast wherever podcasts are available, and please be sure to subscribe to the podcast feed. Also, set your alarms to tune in every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for new episodes of Fren Talk. Over here where friends be what?
Talking.